Hey, what is up guys? It's me, Anthony, and I'm here to give you guys a review for Don't Worry Darling. So if you have been living under a rock, then you don't know what's been happening with Don't Worry Darling. And I don't mean the movie and the really bad reviews that it's been getting, but I just mean everything that's been happening. Harry Styles spitting on Chris Pine, Shia LaBeouf being fired from the lead role because of things, or just Florence Pugh pretty much hating this entire development of this film. So there's a lot of stuff to talk about. But don't worry, at the end of this review, we are going to figure out if it was actually real that Chris Pine got spit on. So if you don't know already, Don't Worry Darling is about a woman that is in a kind of 50s kind of style town, and her husband goes to work all the time, and she is expected to be the lady of the house, but she realizes that something kind of weird is happening in this town and everything isn't as it seems. And I was intrigued by this premise because, I mean, this isn't something that we haven't seen before. It kind of reminded me of like Stepford Wives kind of vibe. And if you watch the trailer, which I will be playing during this video, you can kind of guess what the big reveal is going to be. And trust me, if you come up to a conclusion of what you think it is, it's most likely going to be that result. And I've always said that I'm not opposed to watching movies that have similar premises or we've seen it done before, as long as they put a unique twist on it. And that's what I was banking on with Don't Worry Darling. I was hoping that we would get some kind of reveal that was kind of different. And yeah, it was different, all right. This movie takes its time. I mean, probably a little bit too much time to get to the actual point. And the point that you already know that is coming. So the whole time you're waiting, like an hour of the movie, you're waiting for Florence Pugh's character to figure out what is going on. And it can be just a little bit tiring sometimes when you're just waiting for some of the characters on the screen to catch up to what you already have figured out. But I've said this before, as long as the movie has interesting characters, compelling characters, characters that we care about, then really slow burns and mundane storytelling can be saved a little bit as long as you have those characters. And I'm happy to say that at least Florence Pugh is good. The rest of the people are okay. Harry Styles, her, opposite lead, I don't get the fascination with Harry Styles. I know I'm not the right demographic for him, but I mean, some of his music's okay, but I just don't get the fascination with him as an actor. And it didn't really help because before this, I got a screening to this movie. Thank you again, AMC, for that. And before the movie started, they played some interview with Harry Styles and the rest of the cast, and Harry Styles just seems like he doesn't care. Like the whole time they were asking him questions. Again, I know some of the interview questions are kind of like blah and mundane, and nobody really wants to talk about that stuff. But even then, most actors and actresses bullshit through those answers. Harry Styles looked like he was lost the entire time. They literally asked him a really easy question: what is your favorite 50s kind of music? Easy, right? If you're in a movie that's kind of centered around the 50s aesthetic, you should know this, right? He literally was like, I don't know. That's a good question. So yeah, I'm not really a big fan of Harry Styles. He was okay in this film. Chris Pine is really good, though he's not really in the movie that much. The rest of the cast don't really have that much material because they're kind of played like robots. And like I said, Florence Pugh is probably the best in here because she actually has something to do. She's the only person we're following throughout this movie. And once we do get to that reveal, the big what is happening in this entire world, it's very interesting. And it's kind of too big and bombastic for the film itself, because to me it doesn't really fit with the world that we are given, that we are shown in this movie, that this explanation of what is happening in this town. I needed more answers, and this is happening at the last 30 minutes or so of the film, and I'm really hooked. I'm into it. I want to know what's going on. I want to figure out what is this big reveal, what is the connection, and the movie ends. And it's not one of those endings where you're like, okay, they give an explanation, but you don't really feel like the explanation is that satisfying. No, the movie just ends. It tells you, hey, this is what's happening. And instead of further expanding upon it, they just say, it's over. And we're going to show you the title. Don't Worry Darling comes across the screen and cut to black. And I'm just sitting there like, You can't do that. You can't do that, movie. And this isn't really something new. Movies have done this before where they leave it kind of an ambiguous ending and you kind of have to figure it out or leave it to your own interpretations. But some movies can do that correctly and, you know, it works. But for this movie, where we're waiting for so long and we already are kind of figuring out what is the end goal here, and then you throw us a monkey wrench in there and you're like, okay, I'm intrigued, and then you end the movie. It just doesn't sit well with me. After everything I just told you guys, you would kind of think that I don't really like this movie, but that's not the case. I kind of like this movie a lot, actually. But the thing is, the part that I like the most is the last 30 minutes of the film. It's really, really good. I'd almost recommend it just for that last scene. But I'm not going to go as far as recommending that you guys go out to the theaters to watch this movie and spend your hard-earned cash, especially nowadays. I don't think you should do that. I would definitely just wait to VOD because it's not worth the first hour or so of the film. Ultimately, guys, I think that Don't Worry, Darling is just like its title. You don't need to worry, darling, because you don't need to see this movie right away. If you are a big Florence Pugh fan, then I think you should go watch it. If you are a big Harry Styles fan, I guess, you know, you probably already bought your ticket, so you don't need me to tell you to watch it or not. But I don't think it's really that well crafted. The first hour or so is kind of hard to get through. The last 30 minutes is great, amazing. Some of the best movie I've seen. But I don't know. I'm up in the air with this one, guys. I don't know. But guys, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Did you like this movie? Are you planning on going to see it? Do you not want to see it at all? Let me know in the comments down below. But now, the moment you've been waiting for. Was the spit real? Did Harry Styles spit on Chris Pine? I'm here to tell you guys that I have officially confirmed that I have no idea still. But it's funny. The memes are funny though. But guys, don't forget to check out my Twitter so you can stay up to date with my channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And remember, guys, keep watching movies.